Yo, my name is Aaron Ball. People know me as the Webinar Goat, and over the next 20 to 30 minutes, I'm going to be sharing with you my State of the Union address so you can get a thorough understanding of exactly what's about to happen in 2023 and beyond in the entire education market. Let's jump right in. All right, so let's kick things off here. I want to start things off by kind of giving you an overview of exactly what you're about to expect over the next 20 to 30 minutes and the things that I'm going to be discussing with you. So first things first, I'm going to be going over advantages and opportunities for everyone to leverage. This applies to you not only if you're a coach, course creator, consultant. This will also apply to you if you're simply a student looking to get out there and learn and looking to find opportunities that you can go in to become somebody with specialized knowledge. You can go out there and hit your goals and accomplish the success that you want. Next, I'm going to be covering industry statistics, so that way you can understand what we're about to see happen in the 2023 market and beyond. And then I'm going to be giving you very important warnings for 2023 because there's a lot going on, and I'm so heavily involved in so many different businesses in this space, like literally a ton of businesses. I've coached people, I've helped people hit all type of numbers from 5 figures, 6 figures, $1 million months, the whole nine. And I'm just heavily involved. So therefore, I've got a lot of insight that I can't wait to share with you in the next 20 to 30 minutes. So I'm also going to be giving you warnings and things to look out for so that way you can dodge some of the hurdles and not have to go and bump your head with mistakes that I can help you prevent you from bumping your head on, right? Then we're going to go into the fall of the scammer. I'm super excited to be talking about this topic because there's a lot of people out there in the industry that you're going to just have to wait for this. I'm going to jump into this, but the fall of the scammer, I'm going to be talking to you about how you can avoid getting scammed, and then on top of that, how you can separate yourself if you're somebody with specialized knowledge, so that way you're not viewed as a scammer. Because ultimately, at the end of this video, I'm going to make sure that I'm able to help coaches, course creators, and consultants, and students who are looking to go out there and learn from trustworthy coaches, course creators, and consultants. Next, we're going to be going over how to come out on top as a student or an educator, and then I'm going to be giving you solutions. I'm a very solution-based driven individual, so it wouldn't be right if I point to you out all these problems and these insights and I don't give you actually a solution, action item that you can do that will be your best option going into 2023 and beyond. So let's jump right into it. The e-learning industry equals a $1 trillion industry. Now, it's not a $1 trillion industry yet, but I just want to show you a few articles right now because there's tons of statistics out there on the internet where you're going to be reading the same thing. For example, here, the global e-learning market to value $1 trillion by 2028. Yahoo right here, e-learning market size to grow by USD 1.72 trillion. And then we see here, from 2021 to 2026, e-learning market to reach 1 trillion within 6 years. E-learning market to reach 1 trillion by 2027. Like, this information here is literally all over the internet, and we're in the brink of it right now because we're literally in the middle of it, and it's growing to $1 trillion market. So there's going to be all kinds of opportunities that come out of that, right? So let's keep rolling. So you may be wondering, what does this mean exactly? So to break it down in the most simple way as possible, we are about to see unprecedented growth. Colleges are in trouble. Even though a recession is looming, there are so many ways to learn high demand skill sets and business models that can easily be taught by people with specialized knowledge in the specific industries and learned by individuals who are seeking that specialized knowledge, right? So you catching what I'm saying? There's opportunity on both sides for somebody who already has specialized knowledge and looking to go out there and share it with the world and impact the masses in their particular field. There's a massive amount of opportunity for them. And then for individuals who are seeking specialized knowledge, there's a massive opportunity for them as well to go out and learn specialized knowledge. And understand this, the compound effect of this is going to be massive. Each one teach one is about to take on a whole new journey because you're going to have people with specialized knowledge passing the knowledge down, and then from people who are going to execute, and then there's going to be people who are going to execute on that knowledge that's passed down to them, and then there will always be a small percentage of executors who are considered the rising stars, and they will want something bigger, so then themselves are also going to become educators for their community, and it's just going to keep on going. And we're going to get to experience the compound effect of what that actually looks like because there's going to be opportunity and abundance literally as we're heading to a $1 trillion market. Which brings me to my next point. There's a massive opportunity for people with specialized knowledge. We're literally living in the easiest time ever to get rich. I'm about to be discussing with you the importance of impact and what it means to help people get what they want, and how you can obtain loads of cash, breaking down how and why the market is getting smarter, and then my favorite topic here, the death of the fluff. So there's a famous quote, you may have heard of it, it's by Zig Ziglar. It goes something like this: you can have anything you want in this world if you just help other people get what they want. Which basically means if you focus on impact and actually have value that you can deliver to the market that is going to help people, then you are not too far away from loads of cash depositing into your bank account. It's lucky times for those of you with true value and specialized knowledge, because the market is finally getting smarter. The market is finally wanting real, true information, and it's your time to shine if you're that individual with true information. Because gone are the days where you can post fluff, a lifestyle that could be a facade and end up enrolling hundreds to thousands of students into your program. The market is getting smarter. In fact, I'm making an announcement right now that in 2023 and beyond, you are about to see the death of the fluff. Let's keep it rolling. Like I said earlier, we're living in the easiest time ever to get rich, even for the students. What I just talked about before was about the coaches, course creators, and consultants, the individual with specialized knowledge. But if you are a student as well, we're living in a time where $50,000 worth of specialized knowledge can make you a millionaire. Then you got information out there as well. Like, let's say, everybody doesn't have $50,000 to spend. I'm not even talking about spending it immediately. It can be over a course of time, because you also got information out there where you can spend a lot less, much less, and you can make an extra 5 or 6 figures per year. What a time to be alive. Like I said earlier, colleges are in trouble, and we're living in the easiest time ever to get rich, as the e-learning industry is heading to $1 trillion market. Let's keep it rolling. But before we go any further in this State of the Union address, I need to share with you a very important warning. This is going to apply for students. This is going to apply for educators. This is going to apply just across the board. So tune in, pay very close attention to what I'm about to say next. If you're a student, frauds will sell you dreams. Be alert, do your due diligence, study the educators before you enroll into whatever they're selling. Ensure they're getting results in the areas you're looking to get results in. Like, literally, really assess them. It's all about results at the end of the day. Next, if you're an educator, understand this: there's someone out there in your industry scamming the market. I got a question for you. How could you let that happen? You were blessed with specialized knowledge. I need you to understand that it is your God-given duty to go out there and save the industry from the frauds and help the masses. Now more than ever is your time to be prolific. The fall of lifestyle marketing with no value is happening now. Don't get me wrong, lifestyle marketing will always work, but it's going to change. But just posting an exotic that could be rented, or a Rolex that could be fake, following a call to action to buy your shit is not going to work anymore. Lastly, like I mentioned, in 2023 and beyond, the death of the fluff is here. The so-called leaders that behind closed doors are actually false prophets will attempt to confuse the market in order to keep control of the market that should have never been theirs to begin with. So, what happens when gurus become over-leveraged and a slave to their flashy lifestyle that they created? Simply put, they scam. It's the perfect recipe. The data shows if a person who once cared about your success, but then came greedy and fell in love with the lifestyle that they couldn't maintain, making them have to choose between you or their family, they will choose their family every time. But the question is, did they ever care about your success to begin with? This is why it's very important for us to do our due diligence and understand exactly who we're going to be learning from. Now let's talk about how to come out on top as a student or mentee of a coach, course creator, or consultant. Like I mentioned earlier, always do your due diligence and check their track record. Find and consume long-form content from the educator before taking action on an investment with them. So that could be whether it's a book or training, anything where you're able to, or YouTube content, anything of value where you're able to consume the valuable information and grasp, how it feels to learn from them before spending large amounts of money with them. Study their info, study their valuable content that they have readily available for you. Because the reason being is this is very important, because we're transitioning into an Instagram real world. The 20, 30 second snippets, 60 seconds. It's some of them are valuable, some of them aren't as valuable. So you really want to give yourself the opportunity to dive into longer form content from that educator that you're looking to learn from. Lastly, if someone doesn't have undeniable testimonials, then they better have an insane amount of results for themselves before you even think about like learning. That should be like, that's a pre-requirement, right? You don't want to just go and invest in learning from somebody if you don't see that they have undeniable testimonials, or if they don't have that, then they should have insane results for themselves, because ultimately what you should be doing is following the results. Now, I do want to add a little disclaimer on here. Like, I encourage you, don't discredit the new educator, because you can learn a lot from the less popular people too. They might not be the best, but they could be the next best at the end of the day, because all we're focused on is results. We don't care about the popularity or any things of that. Follow the results. Next, how to separate yourself as a coach, course creator, consultant from the increasing number of scammers on the rise in 2023. So we just covered how to make sure the student knows who to invest in when it comes to a coach, course creator, consultant, so that way they can learn specialized knowledge. Now I want to talk specifically to that educator and let you know how you can separate yourself from being viewed as a scammer in 2023. So first things first, I want you to understand that you need to be authentic, be yourself, and be confident. Be confident in your abilities, right? You have specialized knowledge, you have the skill set, you have the power to impact and change people's lives. Be confident about it. Like, people need to feel your confidence. People are attracted to confidence. If you have specialized knowledge, you have a way to impact somebody in whatever your niche is, and you're not like, you don't sound confident when you talk about it, you always sound uncertain, you're skeptical on your own abilities, your limiting beliefs, then you got to work on some mindset, so that way you can go out there and you can, like, literally, if you got specialized knowledge, you better get it together, because you have a duty to protect the market from the scammers on the rise, because there's a massive opportunity as we're heading into this $1 trillion industry, and we've got to play our part to make sure that we serve the market and we deliver value to the market, so that way the less qualified people, or the people who don't even care about delivering value, that are straight just scamming and ripping people off, we get them out of our way, so that we can really create true impact, right? You don't even need to be flashy if you don't want to. But if you do, there's nothing wrong with it. Like I mentioned, just don't overdo it. You don't want to just like sell only lifestyle. Like, the lifestyle marketing is still going to work, but that can't be your focal point. What you want to do is you want to create different ways that people can engage with you. Have low tiers, have mid tiers, have high tiers, all different price points. And most importantly, you want to give people the opportunity to learn from you in long form for absolutely free. Like, you should have a mentality that I'm going to deliver so much value to the market. My free content is going to be more valuable than a lot of people's paid content in the market. Because when you really obsess specialized knowledge and you really understand your industry inside and out, like, it's not really going to be a race to the bottom of just like, oh, I got to keep putting out more of my stuff, I got to keep giving away more of my stuff, because you understand so many intricate parts of the business. You can be giving out just a small portion of your free value to the market, but it's so valuable to people looking to get started that they can move the needle. They can get some progress to where they're like, man, I wouldn't even have made it this far if it wasn't for this individual's free YouTube video, or for their free masterclass, or for their free piece of content that they just posted, or their book, whatever the case may be. Right? So you want to give people the opportunity to learn from you for free, and then you want to have low tiers, mid tiers, and high tiers. Next, we are in this game to create a real business, right? You're not just creating a course and looking to just sell it and disappear. Build a real business, build an academy, build a program. Don't just sell a course. You should be focused on building something big in your space, and focus on creating as many transformations as you can and change lives at the end of the day, right? Because one of the things from a business standpoint that's going to also help you separate when I say create a real business is you're also going to be focusing on lifetime value. You know how you have low tiers, mid tiers, and high tiers? Well, if you're really focused on building a real business and building an actual true program, what's going to happen? Your free people can go into your low tiers. Your low tiers can go into your mid tiers. Your mid tiers can go into your high tiers. Your high tiers can go into your mastermind. It's no different than a college. They got freshmen, they got freshmen, they got sophomores, they got juniors, they got seniors, they got masters, they got PhD. However, we're creating way more transformations than colleges, because we're actually able to give valuable information from things that we're doing every single day, because it's specialized knowledge and we're practitioners, right? So that's what you need to do in order to separate yourself in the market as a coach, course creator, consultant from the increasing number of scammers on the rise in 2023. Now, I've given you the State of the Union, I've educated you about the market and how to win. Now it's time to talk about the number one solution for everyone. whether you're a coach, course creator, consultant, or you're on the other side as a student. Webinars. Why a webinar business is the best option for the educator and the student. There's a multitude of reasons, so let's jump right into this. I got this graph right here because I want to really make sure you understand. So first things first, it is the fastest way to build rapport, like no trust, for the student as well as the educator, because the student is going to get on, watch you on a webinar, and they're going to begin to like you, know you, trust you, or they may not like you. They may say, hey, I need to go to somebody else's webinar. I'm not vibing with this person. While also, for you as the educator, you're literally going to be getting on webinars, hundreds to thousands of people on there, and there's always guaranteed going to be a percentage of people, as long as you're putting out true value into the market, that you're going to be able to build rapport with, and they're going to go to like you, know you, trust you, so then that way you can enroll them into your program. And then on the student side, this is going to give you an opportunity. Remember when I talked about consuming long-form content, consuming free content, or consuming you got the different tiers, like you get to get a taste. You get to make sure that this person is for you to help you go out there and get the result that you're looking for. Next, for a coach, course creator, I'm gonna just say educator. You guys understand when I say educator, I'm talking about a coach, course creator, consultant. For an educator, this is also gonna be the fastest way for you to grab attention, because you're literally coming and hosting. And by the way, it's a live training that you're putting into the market, and you're giving the opportunity for tons of people, whoever is interested, to come to for free. So if you've got some opportunity, or you've got some specialized knowledge rather in Airbnb and e-commerce and Amazon, whatever your niche is, and you pop up into the market and you say that you're about to teach whatever topics you're about to teach for absolutely free, that's going to grab some attention. It's the fastest way to grab attention, which is also going to lead to people coming and learning from you, building rapport, and rolling into your program, right? And then like I already mentioned, it's the fastest way to learn from somebody you're interested in for free. It's the fastest way for you as an educator to provide value to your market at hand, or if you're a student, extract value. Like you could literally do this. Now, I wouldn't recommend it, because I'm somebody who likes to take fast action, and I really practice speed of implementation. And once something resonates, I want to go ahead and take action to the next level. But what I'm about to say here is you can literally be a student. You can find 3 coaches that you like in the particular niche, and go consume their 3 webinars, cross-reference, and start to learn, take the noble pursuit, and go and start to make some progress in your journey. Eventually, you are going to hit a roadblock. You are going to hit some hurdles that it would have been a lot easier for you to overcome if you did invest in a mentor, if you did invest into a program. However, I'm just making it clear that this is the fastest way for you to also extract value from the market too as a student. So it's literally a win-win. All these bubbles that I'm addressing are win-win situations, right? One thing you will notice too, there's a lot of successful students' origin story where it started from a webinar, right? You may go to different people's landing pages and things of that nature. You check out the testimonials. You're going to see countless people's stories where it's like, well, one day I was on the internet, I saw this individual, and I saw that they were putting together a free class. So I said, you know what, let me go ahead and sign up for it. I wasn't for sure if I was going to come, but he or she kept reminding me through the week. So I ended up going to the webinar. I ended up going to the masterclass, and then I learned, and like his teaching style really resonated with me. So like there's so many testimonials out there where the origin story is that. I know because I'm creating them. I'm helping the educators in the market go out there, put their specialized knowledge into the market, blow up their webinar business, and then they go and they create a bunch of origin stories just like that, right? So at the end of the day, what we're doing is we're just modeling success. Like, don't reinvent the wheel. There's literally people out there who are having transformations in their life following this blueprint. Next, of course, you're gonna learn a term for free. If you're an educator, as far as actually building this business out, it's extremely scalable. Like, there's nothing else that's more scalable than a webinar business. You can literally get 100 people in a room, 200 people in a room, 300 people, 1,000 people in a room, 2,000 people in a room. The biggest webinar I'm running right now at the moment of me recording this video, which this number is going to change because I'm constantly growing, I'm constantly scaling, is 5,000 people to show up to one webinar, right? Extremely scalable. And then in addition to that, there's, like, from a selling strategy standpoint, there's no better selling strategy out there than to deliver an immense amount of value, and then the law of reciprocity ends up working in your favor because abundance attracts abundance. If you help somebody and you give them all of this value and they're like, man, I received so much value from this guy. I received so much value from this lady. Like, it's only right that I go ahead and just invest to the program. They're literally changing my life. So you're gonna learn, like, with implementing a webinar business, you're just gonna learn, you're gonna find out that this is the best, most natural, most smoothest selling strategy ever. That's going to be more beneficial for you and your webinar business, and it's going to be more beneficial for the student, helping them really learn what you went through, what was your journey, so that they're getting to build rapport with you. So when they come, they're already vested in your brand. So somebody who's vested in your brand is also going to be more likely to how do I want to put it? They're going to be more likely to retain and to actually commit and to actually lock in, because sometimes people invest in information, they may go through a different vehicle that's not a webinar business, and they don't even take action on the material, right? So that's why I got this on here too. Now, if you're helping, at the end of the day, if you're an educator and you're helping hundreds to thousands of people in the world, you deserve to get rich, right? That's why it's definitely the best. And then on top of that, you're going to be able to show the market how hard you're willing to go for your customer. And then pay attention for students. Pay attention. Find, like, when you go into these webinars, you don't want to fall victim to that whole concept. This is the only objection that can cross somebody's mind is, man, if people don't pay, they tend to not pay attention. That is, like, historically, scientifically correct with humans, to where if people don't pay, they don't pay attention. So if you're a student, I really challenge you to find who's right for you, pay very close attention to these webinars, and invest in the information, right? Because at the end of the day, all these things that I described is 100% why the webinar business is the best option for you, whether or not, if you're the educator or the student. There's no other option for you to find out what's for you. There's no other option as an educator for you to find out how to scale your business in the fastest way possible and actually build a long-term program that can go out and impact the masses and change lives. So with that being said, that's it for my State of the Union address. Let me turn my camera back on. If you have any questions or anything you want to run by me about anything that I addressed on this video, make sure to tap in. You can follow me on Instagram at AaronBall30. That's 2 A's, AARONBALL30. Or make sure, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, drop a comment if you got questions, and I'll make sure to get with you. Now, if you're somebody with specialized knowledge and you're looking to learn how you can also create a webinar business, then what I want you to do, I want you to go to www.webinarscalingsecrets.com/book and grab my copy. It is the #1 book for building a webinar business in the market right now. It's going to help you learn how you can ultimately grow and scale through a webinar business. Now, if you got any questions, just go ahead, drop the comments below, and I hope you received a ton of value out of my State of the Union address, and I want you to implement and learn and watch it back again so that way you can grasp everything that I broke down, and I wish you the best 2023. Let's get it.